Hello everyone, Seymour Better here, but this time I'm with the new channel called Fig Love to show you how I bring that loving feeling back to figs. Now, I've made my own little mix of really high-grade topsoil, some organic compost, some pine fines, vermiculite, perlite, all that is mixed in with some Osmocote, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how I do things. Now, this is a learning process for me. I'll be the first to tell you. I've been an eyeglass guy for quite some time. If you don't believe me, my license plate says Wayfarer on it. But now, and hey, spoiler alert, I'm going to design some fig eyeglasses. Those will be coming soon, but I've got a 15-gallon pot that I bought from Greenhouse Mega Store, whatever they are, Superstore. I filled up this. Hey, come on now. I love these things. I got these off of Amazon. They're for my 7-gallon pots, but I'm just using it to catch any overflow, and I'll show you all that. I'll take you on a tour of the garden, but first, let me get this started. I'm going to pour out a little extra until I make sure I have just about the right amount to backfill the uppotting, as it is called. Now, I got these from, I think his name is Bill, from Off the Beaten Path Nursery. This is the Bordissot Blanca Negra, which is a French variety, although it says white black, and that's a little curious. But he put 2 cuttings in here. One of them, well, it's not completely dead. There's some green growth coming out that bottom there. But it's this side that's doing so well. So let me go ahead and take this out, push up from the pot, turn it over. Normally I would break up the roots, but it's not root bound in here, so I'll keep it as is. I am going to try and center this thing, even though there's 2 in here. There's one major one, so I'm going to try and have that in the center of the pot, with this being closer to the edge. So let's do just that. I can now go ahead and backfill some of this. And since the Osmocote is already mixed in, the compost, the pine fines, vermiculite, perlite, that I mix in my wheelbarrow right next to my wife's car that she has not driven in forever. She just put a new top on it. And I need to get the battery charger out and get that thing going. Usually we like to do it in the spring. We've already hit, this is June 9th, and we've already hit 90-degree days here in North Carolina. You know those nice cool days where it's 72 and a wonderful breeze blowing? Yeah, those are nowhere to be found anymore. So, I'm going to put this in this tag. Oh, you know what? I ain't going to do it. I ain't going to do it, not yet at least. Let me go ahead and get some hardwood shredded mulch in here. Then I'm going to take it back to the fig garden, give you guys a little tour, and I will water this when I get back there. Feel free to leave a question or comment in the comment section below to tell me I'm not doing things right, and I will believe you and agree with you. Now, the other thing I like to do, a lot of people do the fig pops. I'm not keen on that just yet, even though, hey, it's my neighbors from Minnesota. Yeah, don't you know, you betcha. They've been here 15 years, they still sound like that. Yeah, Off TB, the Beaten Path, Bordissot Blanca Negra. I'm going to go ahead and put this tag on there. Even though the other tag's in there, they can get moved around. This one's a little bit more permanent, so again, this is a plug tray, well, a giant one for cuttings. Again, Mega Greenhouse Superstore, whatever they're called. It fits on my grow lights, my shelf with the grow lights perfectly. I like using these cups. It's a hybrid figgy pot method. Now, this is a male Capri cutting from ProFig. I scored it. I have some where I didn't score on the bottom, planted a week ago today. Nothing's happening yet. But I can mail these out. I have my nursery license. I can mail these out, and you can wash these, put them in the recycling bin. I'm just not a fan of single use. That's why I like these things. I've been using these things for years. I just bought some new ones, but they fit in here just perfectly. And you can carry around 15 in there, and that's how I do cuttings. Now let me show you some of the ones that I've already planted. And again, I've got a little bit of oyster shell in here, and it's gotten wet in here. My huge bags of, this one is perlite, this one is vermiculite, and these are the pine fines that I have. Hey, no falling down on the job. Greenhouse Mega Store, that's what it is. I buy 1 gallon, 5 gallon, and the 15 gallon. So let me take this out here. That's my daily commute, and that is my wife's daily commute. That contraption I built to keep the deer away from cuttings. I had those in there when I would acclimate those to the outside weather. The late afternoon sun is blocked, and it would just get morning sun, and of course the hose thing there to gather them. So, give you a little tour of the place. This is our catio. This is Creamsicle the Lover Boy. I encourage everyone to follow on Instagram. He is a lover boy. He's a Flame Point Siamese, and he's one of 4 cats that we have. But we don't let them out anymore because of coyotes, hawks, bald eagles that have moved into the area. And I have a family of about 18 deer who are waiting on me to feed them. So I'm going to set this fig down, feed them, so they will not interrupt us for the rest of this video. I started generations ago with their great-great-great-grandparents, all the way down to them. My galvanized trash can filled with my old jelly bean container. This is a 4-pound tub, and I give them 2 of these every day. Breakfast and dinner every day of their lives. Now we have to have cat sitters come over to check on the cats when we're out of town, and they feed them too. I have squirrel perches, 3 of these, one on this dogwood, the one you just saw, and then another one on this tree here. So I have 3, high enough that the deer can't get them, but I feed the squirrels. I've got my bird station there. Corn on the cob goes in here for the squirrels when that's in season. But let's go now. So this whole area out here, I used to have an orchard, 3 apple, 3 pear, 3 peach, 3 plum, a couple cherries. And I moved all those to where I'm gonna take you now. And this area, isn't that right, Mango? He's walking around back there. This area will be all figs. I can have about 75 to 100. I've got to fence it in. It's gonna be the world's biggest chicken coop, if you will. Except it's gonna have figs, but I'm gonna have, you know, a 10-foot tall deer fence going all the way around. I still have to move this pear tree. I thought it was, I hear that people graft, oops, look at this, someone be eating on them. Someone, you know, they graft, this is supposed to be a moon glow, and it was definitely on a graft, and it looked like the top had died, and I was just gonna get rid of it, and then I saw the pears on here. But there's still one more pear tree over here, but a bird has made a nest in it, so I haven't bothered to move it yet. I have some blueberries over here, but this is the main part of the garden. And actually, to get back there, yeah, I know, I got weeds I gotta take care of. I'll just carry around a 15-gallon fig in the meantime. So these were all planted last year in the fall. This is a Cadota, if that's how it's pronounced. There's the garden back there. We'll go through there. Violetta de Bordeaux. Now I bought 2 of these from a nursery just off the Blue Ridge Parkway in Virginia. Here is a Colonel Littman's Black Cross that I got from Dave Seriaccio. No, I'm butchering that. On Facebook, he's a great seller. My 10-foot tall deer fence now to keep the critters away. And my ebb and flood table here. I'm gonna give you a lesson about putting fruit trees on the ground. That pear tree decided it was gonna grow there. So Speaking of Pro Fig, these are Black Missions. I got some little culture starts that he sold. And let's go ahead and give this one a watering. I kind of do a manual count in my head up to 6 when watering. As in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. This is one I potted up just before doing this one. A Bordissot grease. We have Blava Flor from, again, Off the Beaten Path. These are all from Off the Beaten Path right here. Syrian Dark, which is not to be confused with a Lebanese Light or a Jordanian Medium, but it is a Syrian Dark. This is from Andreas Sarah, I'm going to butcher his name too, out of New Jersey. Bordissot Bianca. LSU O'Rourke I got from Figbid from Wild by Nature. Medici Historic from Figaholics, Harvey in Texas. I ran out of tags, the yellow tags, so I had to start using a different color. Since I honeymooned in Florence, home of the Medici family, I went ahead and did red for romance for my honeymoon fig. Super Red Hybrid, again from Dave Soriaccio off of Facebook. Now this variety originally comes from Nikki. Grease St. Jean from Profig. Brian Melton is a great source. The Melazania Rosa Red, again from Dave Soriacci. Sunrise, which I happened to get this for free when buying some cuttings from Kingdom Figs on Figbid, but this is a variety that Brian Melton of Figbig purchased. Just some tomatoes now. So yeah, these are my 7-gallon pots that rectangular tray fits underneath. These that I put on here along the edge are a foot wide, and then I got some 1x1 pressure treated lumber, covered it with Tyvek, got some pressure treated 1x1, stapled that in there on the sides so it would retain water when it rains. The buried underneath here, please tell me you're coming back. This is chickweed. It grows crazy here in North Carolina. I'm in zone, well, they just reclassified us to 8A, but I still count us to be about 7B, 7A to 7B. There was a blueberry bush I brought back from Maine in here, but it just hasn't survived. Hey, here's my black raspberry. Let's go ahead and eat some of these. And poison ivy, did I tell you that grows here in North Carolina? But these are more 7-gallon trays that I had some sweet potatoes in that I didn't harvest last year. But yeah, these are the 7-gallon. They come from Amazon, 7 or 5-gallon. The 7-gallon are much sturdier. The 5-gallon seem to snap rather quickly. My strawberry bed that needs some work. Again, have a plan for fruit trees that you bring home. I bought 2 pear trees, set them here, and they decided this is a good place for me to grow. Same for a pomegranate, same for this peach. I've got to move this out because I'm going to put a greenhouse here for the later varieties. So yeah, let me give you a tour. For starters, these are my blueberries that are probably 10 to 12 years old. And yesterday I had my very first blueberry starting to turn, and wouldn't you know it, some critters already decided it wanted to eat it. But there'll be more, and it's okay. I don't mind if the birds eat. I'm one of the few people who say that. Let me turn this over so mosquitoes don't breed. So in this bed, which is 4 feet wide by 50 feet long and a foot tall, again, I had some really nice soil brought in, and then I used this landscape fabric to keep some of the weeds down. I put cardboard down for this one just because I had it, but that little barrier. This is my Pastillier from Baud, Ronde de Bordeaux, Martinenca Ramada, and some of these boards after all these years have started to rot. So when I planted these, I actually dug up the soil. That's what's in that container and this one that I'll use to backfill once I get some more lumber here. There's the Holy Grail Black Madeira, Black Manzanita, which I'm really excited about. That came from Summertime, another fig bid seller. Some of these others are from Olga. I should pay homage to Ross Roddy, the Fig Boss, first, because his were the videos I first started watching. I did not get the opportunity to buy from him because his sale finishes in like 48 hours, and he always sells 3 cuttings of any one variety for $50. Maybe this winter I'll be able to buy from them, but for now I have them spaced about 6 feet apart, or is it 7? I can't remember. But one thing I might do is actually build a small greenhouse frame around. I'll include the black manzanita, but once I get the new lumber, I'll anchor some 2x4s in the ground and go around and enclose this with plastic. See these peach trees? Man. And then of course the peaches fall off on the ground when the squirrels climb, and it starts another tree. It just never ends. So the black manzanita, Azores dark, and Bordissot Negra, which I hear takes years to get going, but hey, I'm be back here for years. This is my, I do have some grapes in here, but this is my prime Arkansas Freedom that I trained on this wire. There's the rest of the deer showing up to eat. Breakfast and dinner every day of their lives. It's weird how you have these, oh, look at stink bug on there. Go away, stink bug. How it's black and red. There's several that are like that along here. I had one like that once, but I got a shot and it cleared right up. No, y'all forgive my sense of humor. So tons of strawberries in here that I've already harvested, and let's just try. I've got the black raspberries in my hand, but let's try a blackberry, shall we? Oh man. So the nice thing about these prime Arkansas Freedom that are in here, most blackberries, like the Braba crops, will bear on this year's growth will produce, this year's branch will produce next year's blackberries. For prime Arkansas, these are all harvested on primocanes. You literally could cut these down to the ground and you get a new harvest every year. All right, where are we at? Oh, I got to get this transplanted. This is a Colonel Littman's Black Cross I also got from Dave from last year. Passion flower from Profig. I cannot recommend enough you guys saving the Profig website for next year. Again, Colonel Littman's Black Cross. This is, oh, this is one of those hybrid 5-in-1 pear trees that I bought. So I moved all the fruit trees out here. That's a cherry. These are 3 apples, Gala and Fuji, some more cherry trees there. No, plums, I'm sorry, Santa Ana and something else. And only 1 peach tree survived. I had the ones on the end died, so I'll fill those back in. This is taro, and it's sending up some good shoots. And I grew beans in this thing last year, and one of them seemed to survive and is growing up here. All these other smaller plants you see are honeydew. My wife's into honeydew, so I started some seeds from there. This is lagal, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Let me eat another blackberry in the meantime. So for some reason, this blackberry died. I don't know what to do about this one. It's not prolific in that one because being underneath the black walnut trees secrete some type of, well, this is an early variety. It's already got blueberries on here. A little sour, but it's okay. I'll get them before the birds do. And again, I feed the birds, so I don't feel too bad for them for not missing out on some of these blueberries. That one's not ripe. Throw that one over to the critters. We have Della Sivinia, how's that pronounced? Della Senora Hivinecker. I'm butchering that. Black Celeste. I don't have Blue Celeste. I saw the BL. Black Celeste, Honeydew, Texas Peach, Texas BA1, Craven's Craving, and a weed. Gotta get that crabgrass out of there. That stuff takes control quickly. This morning glory is just bad enough, but the CDD mutante, again, honeydew growing. On this side, those black raspberries are amazing. White Madeira, Strawberry Verte, all of these from reputable dealers. Smith, these are pots from last year. I was going to recycle the soil, haven't yet. This is my one secret that died, although it looks like it wants to put out new roots right there. Let me try and cover that up and see if it will take care of itself. It's the only one that died when I planted out here. Col Noir. So Sucrete and Col Noir are synonyms of each other. I put them next to them to see. JH Adriatic. Again, this one was from Wild by Nature. I originally did the cutting January 19th. And the little cups that you can wash out and recycle. Again, this is a plum. This is the Santa Rosa. And what is the Matheny plum? So this is a CDA, the Constantine de Algeria. My peas, by the way. So everyone on, oops, I shouldn't have done that. Everyone on FigBid, or I'm sorry, the forums and all that, always say use fish emulsion. So I did, and it drew. Now this keeps the deer out, but I had a raccoon come in and tear everything down. It's finally grown back, but this is my most aggressively growing fig that was a cutting earlier this year from ProFig, Brian Melton. And you can see how it is done. Now, this row is from, I have 4 in here from Matthew Smeemald on Facebook. I have FigBid on the end, the CDA here. This one is the HDA. Oh, I forgot the acronym what that stands for. Hativ de Argentile. And I still have his 4x6, 4x9 pots. This is the Israeli Black. Again, from Matthew, they were all came in the pots. The BNR, which is down here, it got moved. Sacred Honey. Yeah, the Honey Plum from Sacred Origin. And then the one I really wanted, the BNR, which, Bordissot Negra Ramada. Really excited to have that one. I went ahead and bought the other 3 from him just to get that one. And then Condi from ProFig as well. And a tomato volunteer from last year. This is going to be a cherry tomato because I grew those. The beefsteaks down there, the cherries here. Here's some other ones that I bought from someone on a Facebook group I'm in. LSU Holier, Violetta de Solis, Cherry Cordial. That has such a unique and different leaf. White Marsalis and Cavalieri. These were shelves from an industrial bookcase. I made a shelf system out of it, and I'm going to do the same thing over here where I have that one dead blueberry. Maybe make another long row of this and have different varieties of figs in 1 gallon pots. Now, some of you may be familiar with the cherry bomb that a guy was selling for $100 a cutting. That some argue is just a Celeste, but I will tell you this, I would pay $1,000 to have never eaten a Celeste fig in my life, because that's what got me addicted and started. It's going to be hard to beat the Celeste figs that I used to live on a farm 25 years ago, and that's where I started getting hooked on figs. And I take cuttings of these and give them away every year. Tons and tons in my area. These are a yellow long neck that I planted last year, and it's really taking off. Again, same for this one. This is in a pot. I was going to give it away, and it decides, hey, I'm going to grow here. So come wintertime, I will dig this up and transplant that out to that big area. Oh, we've got to climb over my tomato cages. But yeah, these blackberries are amazing. Not to mention just giant. So that's my 2018 Samsung watch. You can see how large that covers up. All you have to do is use your tongue and press it against the roof of your mouth and these things explode. They're so good. They come back every year. Prime Arkansas Freedom. I'll do some cuttings of these come fall. And I might just give these away with fig cuttings. Or if someone buys a live plant, I'll throw it in with it. So these are my 3 apple, 2 plums, 1 peach. I'm going to go ahead and get dwarf peaches to fill in the dead spots. I'm going to get 1 more pear. So I have 2 pears here and 2 cherries. One of my cherries died over the winter, so I'm going to plant that one there, and I'll get dwarf varieties so that the figs can grow up. Well, that's pretty much it. That is a tour of my farm. It is 60 feet by 60 or 70 that way, 60 this way, 50-foot raised beds that I used to have vegetables in, but I decided I'm going to grow nothing but figs in here just because I do have the 10-foot tall deer fence going around it. The fence itself came from Benner, and real heavy duty. The stuff you buy at Lowe's and Home Depot are just too flimsy to keep the deer out. Trust me, they try every day. Isn't that right, little young buck? So, but I'm excited about this one. This one gets the most sun in here, even though these trees are growing up. But that is it. Again, subscribe. But yeah, you can see as I eat another blackberry. These were sweet potatoes last year. 7-gallon pots, but it has the tray underneath. I did not put a lip on this board. I'll come back and build some canopies for the strawberries so the birds don't get them. 55-gallon drum, some more strawberries I'm up potting. 325-gallon tank that comes in off the roof, and all you need is about 1 inch of rain and it'll fill up all 325 gallons. I know. I'm going to clean this up. I'm going to actually I might just build another greenhouse. And again, these black raspberries, once you set these things down there, they will grow just about anywhere. I'm going to put another greenhouse here so I can put the late season figs that are still in pots that you see me bring out over there. But you know, subscribe to my channel. Thanks for your journey with me as I learn about growing figs and tons of weeds, and unwanted peach plants. But I'll get all this out eventually in time. And what else is there? I think that is it. Here's some of that industrial shelf system I was telling you about. I just put the cinder blocks underneath my homemade fence. You like that? My door I made. But that is it. As these grow, I'll keep you posted. These are ones that again died and I have to move. There is Creamsicle, the lover boy, and wait till all this is filled in. But again, I'm gonna have a nice big fence all the way around it. I'm gonna see how much damage the squirrels and crows do, and if so, the second year I will actually cover it. Yes, I'll get a ton of pine needles, but that's just unavoidable. That's on my neighbor's property. So, but yeah, subscribe to my channel. I'm Seymour Better. I'm going to bring that love and feeling back to figs and to cats. And yeah, that's it. So thanks for watching. Leave a question or comment in the comment section below. I will have over 75 to 100 different figs as of next year. I have already got my nursery license as Fig Love. So a lot more coming. I'll put up a webcam for those who just want to watch the deer. And it's nice because I have a creek back there and there's a natural spring that runs underneath the garden. So, and somewhere I hear a helicopter coming. There it is. It is the Duke Life Flight taking somebody to the hospital. And just remember, y'all, you don't have to look very far to see someone who's worse off than we are. Every day is a gift. Make sure you get some figs planted to enjoy your life. And that's it. So wait till I have over 2,000 videos on my eyeglass channel. Wait till we see how many videos I do for this. But I know I got to do some weeding. This is terrible. I forgot I was gonna have people over. I would have cleaned up a little better, but hey, such is life. Isn't that right, creamsicle? So again, thanks for watching. I'll leave a question or comment in the section below and I will respond back. And wait till I design. So I am an eyewear designer, and I'm gonna have some metal figs on the sides of frames coming up, and with the colors of when you cut open a fig, I'm gonna have that as the color of the plastics, the Italian acetate, that you can choose from honey figs to caramel to berries to the darkest figs. They're all coming. So he wants some attention, so I'm gonna go pay attention to my little boy, and we'll wait for those figs to grow. Thank you.